the first one I have up here is to just look at giving yourself time to recover, or anyone you're working with, giving them time to recover. And that's predominantly when you're doing sprints, once you've done it, you need to give yourself way more time than you generally expect before you go in and do the next one. A general rule of thumb is to give like 1 minute for every 10 meters you cover. That's 1 minute of sprinting. So if you're like flying 10s, the 20 meter lead in or lead out at the back end, you wouldn't need a full minute to recover from those. But you generally do need an awful lot more recovery than you think. If you're not fully recovered in each one, while you might think you're getting in some kind of condition effect, ultimately you're just getting tired. We need really high outputs to develop speed, so that means you need to be really fresh going from one rep into the next. And even like, you don't need a huge pile of reps to do proper speed work either. Do them at max output with a long recovery and give yourself time. That can be hard to do in a lot of typical GAA sessions, but the players themselves, other sports coaches, the manager might be looking at you thinking, why aren't they doing more here? Why are they just standing around recovering? You can do little bits here, like I know some coaches have brought like tennis balls, so once they've done a speed rep, they'll just practice throwing tennis balls with a little reaction stuff there. I've tried it, I don't tend to like it, but it might be something you can get value from. I tend to just have a long walk back recovery, watch the players, and sometimes I even just look away, so they're not looking at me as if they're like, why aren't we going again here? And just distract yourself with something else there. Something that can work is give longer time and use less groups. So for example, if you've 28 players of training, instead of having 7 sprinting at a time, have maybe 4 or even 3 and go off a rolling clock. So blow the whistle for the first group of 3 or 4 to go and actually give yourself 10, 12 seconds before the next group goes, and the same for the next group. So you're filling up the waiting time. Instead of everyone going on a roll like one straight after the other, the recovery time is built in. So by the time the 7th or 8th group are gone, it's 70, 80, 90 seconds by the time the first group have lined up and are ready to go again. And that's one way you can hide the recovery time there from the players who might be a little overzealous, or else the management or other coaches who are like, why are they just standing around waiting here? Your walk back recoveries are good here. I wouldn't actually allow the players to self-select recovery here. I would sometimes for like more condition-based stuff, but here they'll generally want to go quicker than when they are actually fully recovered. True speed work, it shouldn't leave you sweating or out of breath. You do your hard sprint 20, 40, 60 meters, and like you should, maybe a 60 meter one, you might be a little bit out of breath, but you shouldn't be sweating from bar. It's like a warm day and you've loads of layers on. Also, just on recovery, you need time to recover between sessions. You can't go out Tuesday evening and do a hard speed session or do some quality speed work and go out and do it again Wednesday. Even Thursday is probably a little bit too soon to do one. You just will feel a little bit blunted, a little bit fatigued. It's not something you'll feel particularly sore from, like the muscle soreness or anything like that you get from maybe a hard gym session or even a hard pitch session with a lot of turns in it. It's just something you'll be a little bit flatter than you would have.